Sean Lennon here with the Fightlete Report. Thanks for tuning in. This is a weekly news update here for the Fightlete Report. Today is December 8th, and I'm Sean Lennon, your host of the Fightlete Report. A lot of news. UFC 256 is happening this Saturday on pay-per-view, so let's get right to it. In the middleweight division, Carl Robertson confirmed positive for COVID-19. His fight against Dalcha Lungyambula will now happen December 19th at UFC Vegas 17, a week later. UFC 256 also loses two women's fights. In the strawweight division, Angela Hill confirmed that she tested positive for COVID-19, and the fight with Tisha Torres has been removed from the card. No word on it being rebooked at this point. In the flyweight division, Andrea KGB Lee suffers a broken nose during training, and her fight with Jillian Robertson is off. Jillian Robertson, however, has an opponent who has stepped up. She'll fight Talia Santos on the card, who was originally supposed to fight Montana De La Rosa last week at UFC Vegas 16. That fight will happen at UFC 256 instead. In the flyweight division, Cody Durden versus Jimmy Flick has been added to the card. Flick was supposed to fight last Saturday, but his opponent Cody Durden pulled out last minute due to illness. Of course, Jimmy Flick, this will be his official UFC debut, winning on Dana White Tuesday night Contender Series this year, and this season, winning the contract. Former resin bantamweight champion Manuel Cape will serve as backup for Davison Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno for the flyweight title. This is the main event of UFC 256 on December 12th, so he'll be waiting in the wings in case either man gets injured or, Lord forbid, test positive for COVID-19 or illness. He'll be on hand to be the replacement for that fight. Welterweight division, Anthony Showtime Pettis will fight Alex Morono at UFC Vegas 17. This is on December 19th, and that was announced today. Victorious over Jack Hermansson, Marvin Vettori has called for a shot at the champion Israel Adesanya in a rematch over social media. Originally, he called out Paulo Costa, said he wanted to take him on, but he's skipping that fight in favor of a rematch with the champion. Jack Hermansson suffered a broken eye socket and toe in his loss to Vettori Saturday, and Vettori definitely has a claim to the middleweight championship. Him and Adesanya fought previously. It was a decision loss. He was one of the tougher opponents that Adesanya faced on his climb to the title shot, so it only makes perfect sense that Vettori would get the title shot. He's in the perfect position. He's telling Adesanya to forget about the light heavyweight bout with Jan Blachowicz, which he's originally scheduled for, and to fight him for the middleweight title. We go back and we look at fight of the night. Marvin Vettori versus Jack Hermansson got the fight night bonus for UFC Vegas 16. Also, Jordan Levitt got performance of the night for his huge slam, taking out a tough guy in Matt Wyman. That was crazy. And, of course, another performance of the night for Gabriel Benitez and his finish as well. All these men got $10,000. UFC has announced the release of Yoel Romero by Dana White. At least 60 more roster cuts are coming at the end of the year. UFC has not cut anybody from the UFC in 2020 since the pandemic started. However, since that time, we now have Yoel Romero announced, and Rachel Ostovich just recently announced her release following her loss to Gina Mazzani almost 2 weeks ago. That was at UFC Fight Night 16, UFC Vegas 16. And then, of course, the big news that dropped was former UFC bantamweight champion Dominic Cruz returns to the Octagon to fight Casey Kenny. That's announced for UFC 259 on March 6th. Thursday night is Bellator 254, McFarlane versus Velasquez, CBS Sports, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Stay with Fightlete.com. We'll have up-to-date results, post-fight exclusive with media content from the post-fight interviews as well. Now, Khabib Nurmagomedov, the former UFC lightweight champion, well, I think he still is the lightweight champion. I'm not sure I don't think he's vacated the belt yet. But really, he's turned his attention to promoting fights, having recently acquired Guerrilla Fighting Championship and rebranded it as Eagle Fighting Championships, EFC. It was something Khabib planned on doing, but he needed to sit down with Dana White to discuss a partnership between the two promotions. He's proposed that it will air on UFC Fight Pass. He'll be able to bring up fighters that will eventually come to the UFC, that UFC can acquire talent from his promotion directly as a feeder promotion, and that this will be a part of the UFC, a brand under the UFC Fight Pass umbrella. Exciting news to see Khabib Nurmagomedov in a different role in mixed martial arts as a promoter now of Eagle Fighting Championship. Well, this is your host, Sean Lennon. Stay tuned to Fightlete.com. We have all our local MMA coverage, all our regional, our national MMA coverage. Listen, go on there. We've got some great articles. Fightlete.com. You can like my page, Fightlete.com/MMA, Fightlete.com/wrestling for all your pro wrestling news. And make sure to follow me at Fightlete on Twitter and Instagram, as well at Fightlete Report. And make sure to tune in again, guys. We got a lot coming forward, so stay tuned.